Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. So today we're going to look at building a new enclosure for the laser and some features. It won't be a heavy build thing, but I want to go into kind of how I designed it and some of the features that I have built into it. And yeah, and if at the end of the day, if people are interested, I do have a SketchUp file of this. It's not 100% complete, but if you're interested in that, I'm happy to send me an email and I will forward you that SketchUp file. And yeah, you can go from there. So for now, we're going to jump on the computer and take a look at, originally designed this in Mosaic. I'm not going to spend any time on Mosaic, but we'll jump into, it can output into SketchUp. We'll look at the file in SketchUp and talk about a little bit of the features there. Then we'll come back out, put it on the CNC. You could certainly do this on with a table saw and a router, so you don't need to have a CNC, but I have it. I'm going to use it. And then go through some of the other features as we go along here. So yeah, let's jump back into the computer. We'll take a look at it and we'll go from there.
Anyway, so this is the cabinet we're talking about. It is approximately 30 inches by 30 inches square. It is approximately 40 inches tall. It'll be set on 4 wheels. And then what I'm going to do is I've got 2 doors here, another fold down door here, and a platform, or just a blank cover. And then I have this is actually going to be the front of the cabinet. This will be one side. The back will be here. We'll have a 4-inch vent that will be cut in here for air extraction that will hook up to and go outside. And then part of what I want to do is, like I said, this door will fold down. And then on the other side, so this will be standing facing it, so this would be over here, and then on this side, it doesn't reflect it, but what I'm going to do is I'll have the same panel going up here as just a cover, and then from this point to this point, which is here, this will be another fold down door. And then this will be just a blank panel that'll go on here that'll be just affixed. So, and then what will happen is the door, this top panel here will be hinged back here, and then that'll hinge up in order to get inside to the laser. So the laser will sit inside of here. And then the bottom here, this area with the 2 doors on the side, that'll be just some storage. We've got some shelf pins that go in there. We've already got our door. You can see it already does all the hardware, and this will be all cut out on the CNC. So, but what it'll do is, so this will be a fixed panel, and this will be a fixed panel. These are just basically holder spots for these dados. So what I want to do is in here is I will cut out let's see if this area in here will get cut out to the size of the laser, and then there'll be 4 holes that will go on, that'll line up with the feet. So when the laser sits down there, actually it won't be on the rubber feet. The rubber feet will be basically used as an indexing. And then so it would be, normally the feet would be about here. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some of these, a couple of these drawer slides, or basically slides. So these would all come out and slide in and out. So when you fold down the door on this side, you can pull one of those panels out and put another one in there and adjust the height. So if I was just doing, probably 90% of the time, the laser will sit here, And then on here will be a removable shelf, and then I can put my pull it out, and I'll set up some type of a grid system on there so we can see that. And then if I needed to put a taller piece, so maybe I have something that's taller, or I want to put the rotary in, I'd pull out maybe 2 of these shelves, and then the rotary would sit on here and give me enough distance to do turn tumblers or whatever it is. And then the one thing that this will do is with this door open here and another door open over here is if I got a long piece of something, I can slide it through. And so if I have a piece of wood that I want to do an engraving in, or something that's longer, it won't be able to do it wider, but it'd be longer, I can do that. So anyway, so that's our kind of our layout, what we're going to do. So the next thing we'll do is I'll go out to the shop and send this through Mosaic and get it cut out on the Yeti, and then it'll be ready for assembly.
All right, I'm overall pretty happy with that. I've got a couple of things that I need to do is get my nesting done a little bit better. I've got things a little too close. These were too close, and I was too close to that edge. The other thing is, and I couldn't find it in the code, but they were supposed to put the holes for the hinges in that one, and it didn't. But overall, that wasn't too bad. It doesn't like going over these, but you know, that's not something you would normally see. This is going to be the slots for that, those shelvings going in there. But yeah, overall, I think I'm pretty happy with this. It goes through the series of things. One thing it does is it comes back after on the last phase and cuts all the tabs. So it cuts it all the way down, or almost all the way down except for the tabs, and then when it's all done with all the operations, it comes back and cuts the tabs out, which I like. I just need to get the nesting that I said a little bit better laid out on this one. So so I got the cabinet basically done. You know, we'll just kind of walk through some of the things I did. This would be how I would normally store it. We've got locking casters on there, and then it opens from the top. The other thing we've got is I've got a folding shelf up front here. And then I've set up a little spot where I can put my laptop here. And it is a touch screen. So I can go ahead and use the tablet in this position, or I can have it down here. I'm working on stuff, so if I'm doing I've got some files already done, I can just leave it up like this and just open up Lightburn and use it that way. And then one of the things that I think makes it nice is we've got some extra storage down here. What we talked about on the SketchUp files is I've got basically a series of slots in here that I can adjust the height. And then the other side also opens so I could pass material through. Probably wouldn't happen that often, but I thought if I'm going to build a cabinet, you know, let's just kind of try to plan for it. And if I use it, great. If I don't, that's fine too. So this is my first shelf, and then I've got a series of basically filler pieces to keep it up to the top, so I can get my inside to the right height. So I have the machine in here, and it's sitting up on a little shelf, and this is that drawer, or that, you know, spoil board that can slide in and out. I've got it jammed in here with a little bit of a, this is tapered wedge, so it keeps the machine, keeps it in, it can't move, so once I get it aligned, it should be pretty good. And then the other thing I did, I've got the webcam in here to set things up. I also built in picked up a little extractor off of Amazon. That's just on a little switch. And then I've got 2 more plugs, one for the laptop and one for the machine itself. And then all my wires, all, you know, somewhat tucked out of the way. I do have, because this has air assist, the one of the things I don't have hooked up yet is I've got my adjustment valve here, and I've just got a hose that I can hook up to my air hose to the shop, and I would just turn that down to, like, you know, 10 pounds, and just to keep it so it's not overly pressurized. And then I've just got a water separator in there. That shouldn't be a problem. This is the power bank for the machine, and then I've got a little USB splitter to get to the various things. And these are just on Velcro, so if I want to pull this stuff apart, you know, I can just basically pop everything out of there. So this, for the short term, I've just got this flexible hose. It just I needed to get out of the way to get to these sheet goods here earlier, so I've just got it kind of hanging up there, and that goes out to a little louver that I've got on the garage door. And then I've got a single plug that comes out the back, and I can power everything at one time. So a couple pieces of hardware here that I want to kind of just go through. These are a concealed hinge that keeps it nice and open with inside here, and then keeps this flat. The other thing is I've got the webcam. That's like an 8 megapixel webcam that it's kind of nice because I can mount it with a screw, and that seems to work pretty well. And then we've got that fan. The other thing is I've got these folding hinges. I'm not going to be able to fold it back down without and hold this at the same time, but it's got a little lever, and then it can just fold back down. So yeah, I'll put links to all that stuff in the description. So one of the things with this, in order to support this door that comes down like that, I've got the 2 doors that will support that. I just got to remember to open the doors. On the other side, I'm going to do just a hinge, and it will fold out and be a support. So, and then we've also got a bunch of storage underneath there. I may or may not put a shelf in there, but keep some of my supplies and stuff in there. So, all right. So hopefully you can get some, maybe a couple of ideas out of this. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. Probably do some tweaks as I go along. I've got a couple of minor things to finish up. I've got another one piece I've got to put in here and on the other side. And other than that, it's ready to go. I've been running doing a bunch of coasters for Christmas, and so that's been kind of fun. Is just set them up, let them run, and then I go out and do other stuff in the shop. So yeah. So till next time, we'll see you.